So here's my cat, the beautiful Lacey, laying on my bed, which looks different from what you guys have seen it before. I got it all put together nice, hung that up. I'm still going to hang something up there. I was thinking about yellow, but then yellow on yellow wouldn't look good. And that pillow, for some reason, has to go there. I got a light behind it for one, but it's a mess right now, kind of. But, of course, cigarettes, that's just awful. My cat hates the smell of cigarettes. What's this here? She hates the smell of cigarettes, and I feel really bad. She's been around vapes all her life since she's been, born and was here, which is still terrible. But cigarettes, she really hates, and sometimes I don't think she just hates the smell of them. I honestly believe that this cat worries about me. She will look at me like, don't do it, Mama. Look at there's already a hole in that blanket. These blankets are driving me crazy. It's like you cannot have fuzzy blankets without them being everywhere. Like everywhere. So I have this one white blanket I want to put on here, but instead I keep using them because I want to save it for when I move. There's my other part that I got going on. My TV and all that good stuff right there. And that and that and that and that. Oh, and I did clean my closet a little bit. I got that more under control. Like there's the blanket. The one that my daughter bought me the other day when I was saying this was dedicated to Kashmir. Look at my shoes. They are not put together at all. I love shoes. And they are a big mess. That whole thing is full of shoes up there. Yeah, and I have a lot more clothes. I'll show you some of them. The ones I said when I did laundry. Wasn't it like 2 weekends ago? Yeah. They're still sitting there on. I've dug in a little bit of them to wear things, but they're sitting on the couch because there's, I don't know, like this big, okay, my heat is broke. But this is a big mess. Let me turn my flashlight on. Is it on? This big mess right here of all the things. Remember I said I packed because I was moving? So I just threw them in this corner. And I really don't want to take them out because I want to take them out because, okay, anyway, they have to get to that corner to fix the heat. Now, thank God. I'll take that part off me. Thank God it's warm. Oh, and here's my baby doll clothes. I washed them all by hand. And I need to either pack them or bring my baby dolls back out. I collect like real life size baby dolls and dress them like they're real life babies. It just looks really cool. Very, like, I don't know. I just think it's pretty. And then my cat's tower, of course, and blah, blah, blah. TV. My cat's toys everywhere. She has to have a roll of paper towel. She will go through it too. When she gets mad or when she gets on her catnip, all of a sudden I'll find it chewed up everywhere. Here's my little display on my table. I think I've showed you guys before, but I think that's pretty. Them I need to learn. Even if I don't do readings, at least I can, like find my gifts. You know what I mean? My what's it called? My psychic gifts. This is not all put together right now, but there's another one. That was the first deck I ever got. And it didn't come with that stone. I got that stone before. I just like how it matches with it. That was the second deck I ever got. Paid for. And the reason why I say that is because, and these are all my books. Okay, so this is this little thing here. So on the top I have that. Like I got this at a estate sale. I think it's so cute, this little chair. I mean, it's really tiny. It's just so cute. And I could probably put one, well, I don't have a small enough doll for that, but I just think that's pretty. And then, a couple books up there. And those yellow things, I don't really think they're that cool, but for some reason they are. I wonder why one's more yellow than the other. It wasn't like that before. I know it wasn't. And then that big shell, I don't know where they. Anyway, that's just how I decorated. I seen this book. It's about consciousness. And I seen it, and the same day I was at a bookstore, and I said to my ex, I go, oh my God, I just seen that. I need that book. Well, it was like $36. He got it for me like a year and a half later. Stole it. um, stuff that a dream Bible, whatever, but I don't. It's not a good dream Bible. Just I don't know, little trinkets, old cards. That's a penny jar. My, and then I got all these good books, these good self help books. Yeah, and don't read them like this. Is an MAT thing, jigsaw. Um, bread for when I go feed the ducks. That's pretty cool. That remember the 8 ball thing? My backpack. And I got a printer under there that I've never used. Nirvana book. And then I have, do. Oh, I cleaned the walls. I told you guys that. Clean the walls behind. I was going to throw the tree away, but I decided that it would look so bare right there if I threw that tree away. So I kind of cleaned the leaves. Not every leaf, but kind of, yeah, every leaf. That's my vacuum that I rigged. Definitely, if I move from here, when I move from here, I'm going to buy a new one. My rug definitely needs to be thrown out, but then I don't want to be left without a rug in here, so I won't be taking hardly anything with me. I put that table back together. It was literally laying on its side from my ex-boyfriend breaking it first. And then my son watched my cat, and when I came back, it was laying on the ground, and he said it's impossible to put back together. I loved it so much, I put it back together. Kitty litter, yeah, all that good stuff. Happy cat. A lot of food she won't eat. Water. I don't know what alkaline 9.5 really means. I'm starting to look into water because I think that the water we drink should be, I don't know, better than what we're drinking and not out of plastic bottles. I cleaned my door. I cleaned my floor. My floor looks really good. So I took apart the this cat thing, and it is really really good. But I have so much dust in this place. Like as soon as you open the door wall, even if you have the screen, there's so much dust. And then when you have the door walls closed, there's so much dust from the heat vent, which when it's closed, it's broke right now, which I'm telling you is less dust. But anyway, I took it apart, but it really is a great um, cat thing. This one was 140. Derek stole it, and but because it has Bluetooth. I mean, who cares about damn Bluetooth? But I couldn't get it to work, so I've been using it. But it really does keep the water clean, and it has a really nice filter for it, and they're not that expensive. And they have them for that's like not Bluetooth. They have I don't know if they have the steel one part. But the steel part is what makes it so clean. And the filter or whatever. And then I got this little one. And I think I'm just gonna use that one for now, and put that one in the box. And I was gonna take it back, but I don't think they'd give me $140 credit. So, because I don't have the receipt, obviously. And then I just keep that water for her. And then this is what I've been looking like all day. Let me turn this water off. I mean, this water. God, what am I talking about? This off. Yeah. And then I think I already said this is what I've looked like all day. I hope my boobs aren't showing. I'm in my pajamas with no bra on. And this is the soup I made today for. Oh God, do I have it close up or what? What the heck? So I had me close up. How stupid. Why was it close up? What was I showing close up? Nothing. Anyway, this is the soup I made today. Well, last night I made the chicken. I baked the chicken because it was a non-hormone, non-hormone, no hormones, blah blah blah, young chicken. It said this thing was so damn big that if it was a young chicken, I honestly do not believe. Oh, so anyway, look at how good this looks. I put carrots, potatoes. The only thing I didn't have is garlic salt, and that ruins it. I had to use regular salt. That is so crazy. I use garlic, salt, and pepper on everything. Anyway, so I mean, this is not just for me. It's for my son and his girlfriend too, mostly, actually. But I made the chicken last night. It was a whole chicken, baked it in the oven, put it in the fridge, and then made the soup today. I'm gonna try it, but I'm not gonna like it without garlic salt. I forgot what I was gonna say. There was something important I was gonna say. Something important I was gonna say. Sure was. I sure was. I've been in a great mood today. That's a nice thing. Oh my gosh, I did not have not one angry moment today. How beautiful is that? And I was busy all day. Of course, I didn't go nowhere. But and then I thought I was gonna have to walk up to the store and get a pack of cigarettes. And I'm trying to figure out how much money I have on this, how much money I have on that card. And so I had $7 on one card that I could take off. And then I had to order stuff on Amazon for food for my cat. Because remember in the beginning, if you guys ever watched, that I had a full thing of cat food. Well, this is what it looks like now. She don't like the bottom of the cat food. That's why there's that big bag right there. And that small bag there, that big bag is full of bottoms. Like in case I ever get totally desperate and have no money at all whatsoever and can't come up with any, then she will have food. It just will be the bottoms. So it's getting toward the bottom, so she don't want to eat it. That's a very, I guess, spoiled cat, but she just will not eat it. I have to get her some more catnip. I have not got her that. But yeah, look how bare that is. This is food she doesn't like. She did at one time, but she hates it now. She will not eat that. I had opened this to give, I should have gave the whole thing to my daughter Cashmere, because where Phil was living, or where she was when she was getting back with her ex, damn man, I need bleach and I need a couple more things. Gosh. I got her some cat food, okay, not cat food. Okay, wait. First, I am this broke that my son owed me $100 from last week. I forgot about that. So I asked him to loan me 40. He said, I cannot loan any money. I have no money. And I said, you will loan me money. Because I'm used to being able to borrow a little bit of money off him, and I pay him on the 3rd. So I borrow from him, and he gets paid on the 3rd. Usually it's not on the time that he gets paid. So he needs the money on the 3rd. So it's kind of like a thing going back and forth, which I do like to help him out. Like when he was driving me everywhere before we were, really disconnected, and he's driving me everywhere. Of course, if I have the money, I'm going to pay his car insurance or help him pay his car insurance, because he's driving me anywhere I want. I was in the car every single day. Also, I'd put gas in if we were going somewhere where I needed to go, which was almost always. And I like being the kind of mom that can, help my kids out if I can. Well, most of the time I can't, but when I was with Derek, I got everything free the 7 years we were together. And then the 2 years that we were just friends, well, the last 8 months we haven't been, but well, yeah. The last 2 years we were friends, he stayed here, off and on, whatever. But I got everything for a third of the price. In which, now that I know how much everything costs, I got less than a third of the price that I had to pay. At the same time, my dad was throwing money at us because he was helping my sister so much and he likes things to be even. So he was sending me money for like 6 months, a lot. So I went from paying not even a third for everything, food, makeup, Lacey's shrimp, Lacey's food, everything I paid not even a third for. And I didn't have to do anything illegal. I just sat at home and waited. But yeah, maybe it's against the universe, whatever. I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's a wrong thing to do, but whatever. I didn't do it. So, but I still was a part of it. So I know it's not right. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So whatever. I got everything for very cheap. And at the same exact time, he got a girlfriend, cut off all contact with me. At the same exact time, my son got a girlfriend. and stopped reading all my text messages. At the same exact time, my dad stopped throwing money at us because my sister got her shit together, and so he wasn't giving her so much money and helping her out so much, feeling bad about us. So I actually went through some damn trauma. You guys don't even realize. I mean, if you really look at the picture, okay, yeah, it's wrong. I didn't really realize the whole 7 years I was with him that, he can steal very well, very well. And that's how we made money for the addiction. And then when I got sober, and he kind of got sober because I was letting him stay here and he was allowed to use drugs. I'd say I'll pay you a third since you're living here. I wasn't charging him rent or nothing, not living here, but, staying here. Because he is, got back his spine. He got 5 discs replaced because of a staph infection, sepsis infection in his spine from the needle. So he had nowhere else to go. So I let him come here. We became friends, I thought. Best friends, I thought. And so really I spent my whole 2 years of my sobriety. My first 2 years was spent trying to help my son and trying to help Derek, my ex-boyfriend. And neither one of them wanted my help, but both of them needed my help. So they accepted my help, but they didn't take it well. And I'm good at pushing help on someone. I'm good at not manipulating and lying, but jumping around or telling the truth or whatever I do to get them to finally do what I want them to do to help them. And it helped them. I don't know what my point was going there, but everything stopped. I all of a sudden was alone. Because, what are the odds that they both get a girlfriend at the same time? And Derek, what are the odds that he would just stop talking to me? It's like, introduce me to your girlfriend or something. We still can be friends. At least go shopping for me. Anyway, no, it wasn't just about that. But, and then Scotty, him getting a girlfriend, all of a sudden he stops reading my text messages that I had to accommodate him on to help him for a year and a half, which did help him. But I accommodated him because he's my son. And if that's the only way that he could possibly listen to me with what he is deeply going through with a personality change, I'm trying to get him back. And so I accommodated him with text messages. And now I can write some text messages. I should just write a book about my life is what I should do. I wanted to since I was little. Since I was little, I wanted to write a book. Isn't that funny? And like 1,100,000 things have happened since then. Anyway, my point is through therapy, it's actually starting to help me a little bit figure out things. I'm grieving the old relationships that I had with my son and my ex. It was mostly just Scotty, Derek. Cashmere would pop in once in a while, and then Scotty, Derek. My son, Adam, never pops in. So I was obsessed and codependent, but more than that. It was more spiritual with both of them. Like Derek, I believe that one time we were in church and Scotty and I were standing and Derek was sitting in the middle and I looked at him. I had this weird dizzy feeling and I go, I know you. And I said, I know your soul. And it felt so weird. I already talked about it before, throughout our whole relationship. But this time, and we were just friends at this point, I was like, and he was like, yeah, really? There's things that's happened to him even. He had a dream that he was he was the sperm or whatever, swimming as the sperm, and he had to get in front of another sperm to actually be born. I don't conceptualize it, whatever it is. He told me that after he had moved out of here and got kicked out of here, whatever. And before he met the girl, so in between that time, was not a long time. But anyway, I've come to the conclusion, my therapist helped me come to the conclusion that I'm grieving those relationships. Not only that, but I've never, ever, ever lived alone or been alone without a boyfriend or around my kids, mostly without a boyfriend. I've always had a boyfriend. Um, so I've never been this alone in my life. Then I start isolating, and it might be because the God universe wants me to get to know my own light so I can share my own light, because that is my purpose, to share my light with others. And maybe learn that I don't get to pick and choose who I want to help and then I put my all into them, but maybe help the people who really want my help. My son I'll never give up on, of course. My daughter, though, at that time, something good happened because she, we always made a joke, but it wasn't a joke, that she was meant to be an only child. And she finally got that chance to be an only child. And she pretty much is an only child. But I don't get to see her enough now because she don't have a car. And since the last time I was telling you guys about, when it was dedicated to her, and she was like kind of getting back with Phil or whatever, well, that dropped. That went down. So she's depressed about that. Not so much that, well, yeah, that she actually, I mean, I was shocked. She did not like Phil at all. When she got pregnant she got pregnant the first time they had sex. They met on Tinder. And she got pregnant the first time they had sex. And she just maybe stayed with him a month or two more and then didn't want him at all. And told him. She was very honest. But they were friends and he still loved her. And, he put up with a lot of her attitude and all this other stuff. But then there came a point where she just couldn't stand him. And then he let her and her ex-husband stay with him. It was just, there's a lot to the story. But I feel sorry for her because I was shocked when I go, okay, so you're hanging out at Phil's or whatever. I'm thinking she's just getting money or getting a car or something like that is why she's being so nice to him. And I said that. And I go, well, and then I go, well, do you actually like him again? And she goes, well, yeah, kind of. And I go, like, falling in love with him? And she goes, yeah, actually, I kind of am. And I said, and you like the sex? And she goes, yeah, I do. And I'm like, what? I was like shocked as all hell. And then I guarantee the reason why he don't suddenly want her is he promised he was getting this car for her. So she was excited. He got her excited. She said, if you can't do it, just tell me, but don't lie to me, please. And he said, yes, I'm getting you a car. Well, he didn't get her the car. So yeah, she had an attitude and she went crazy. And he is always getting drunk at work with this girl named Jody, who looks like a dude. And put Jody on the phone when Kashmir called and was getting ready to go down to his house. Told him, oh no, actually she was at his house. Told him, I'm at your house right now. I'm cleaning up, which the place is trashed. It is a beautiful, beautiful house with an apartment on top hooked on to his parents' house that is beautiful. This place is beautiful and it is trashed. Like, even when my boyfriend and I were together, my ex-boyfriend and I were together, we'd go there and it'd be trash and we'd clean it and it'd look so good and you go there again and it's trashed. Maybe because he works so much, that's the reason why Kashmir gave. But really, I think he's just dirty. He's dirty. I like him. I always felt sorry for him. I really felt sorry for him because I thought my daughter was too mean to him, rude, because she was so deeply honest about, I don't want you, I don't like you, I think you're, whatever. I was like, oh man, she's mean to him, but I wouldn't say nothing. But now, what he just pulled, like me knowing how she was really feeling about him after going through so much, she started to understand him a little more and understand what she, felt about him, and it shocked me, but whatever. So, and then he all of a sudden pulls this, and you want to know what the fucking reason is? The reason is because he's a drunk and he's probably doing cocaine, and that's what he was doing when he met her, and he don't want to be sober, and she's sober. But when she wasn't sober, he was always, I'm trying to get Kashmir sober, I'm trying to get Kashmir sober. And then she gets sober, and he's like, yeah, that's good, whatever. I don't know. All I think is the only reason this dude would have blown her off, because he was totally in love with her before, is because he don't want to be sober. And he couldn't believe that she really actually wanted him and was in love with him again. Not in love with him again, but falling in love again with could fall in love with him again. It was a possibility, and was liking the sex and stuff. And then all of a sudden he's like, "Well, fuck, man, I don't want to quit cocaine and fuck." I'm not sure if he's doing cocaine, but I'd say 75% sure. But I know for a fact he's drinking. And so, I don't want to stop drinking. I don't want to stop cocaine. So I'm going to make her look like a piece of shit mom. And I'm going to make her feel like a piece of shit now because I don't want to quit doing drugs and alcohol. And she's sober and all of a sudden wants a family. The thing I wanted all along, supposedly. Now we know the truth. So this one's dedicated to you, Phil, for hurting my kid. Oh, all right. I love you guys unconditionally. If no one told you that they loved or cared about you today, I do. And if you want to ever write down in the comments anything that you want to share, I will write you back. I mean, I haven't gone through them all. I never look because I start to doubt myself and lose interest, and then I just don't look. And then when I do look, I'll answer, and it's like, oh my god, how sweet! Like maybe 3 or something. I mean, nothing like that, and nothing, just I'm getting comments galore, but I don't have a channel galore either. Okay, I love you. Bye bye. See you tomorrow. Let's hope I'm in a better mood. I'll probably be crying. Bye.